everyone, welcome to my video. Today is Tuesday the 26th of October 2021. My name is Dan Guitar from Thailand. In this video, I like to talk about the true Dharma or Nirvana for the people who have the most wisdom. I'm Arahant in Thailand. You can rely on me. I try to help you to overcome anger, overcome suffering, overcome depression and anxiety. The topic to speak in this video, let's take a look. You must understand about the thought process and fictitious language to end suffering. As I told you, the true Dhamma in Buddhism is not possible to teach it order because there's nothing to teach. And the most important is there's no language to say. The word there's no language to say is very difficult to understand, or you don't want to understand. I say the true Dhamma in Buddhism is pure remittance, is universal truth. It doesn't have the language to say. The true Dhamma in Buddhism is not in Pratipidok. It's not in the teaching of monk Ronan, but it's in your thought, it's in my thought. As I told you, until you can realize your thought, that means you have mindfulness and wisdom to avoid suffering. Realization of the thought is the best way to avoid suffering. If you want to overcome anger, overcome suffering, overcome depression and anxiety, the right understanding about the language and the thought process. The right understanding about thought process and the language. Why did I say that? Because you have never heard someone say it like me before. No one suffers, no one is happy. We misunderstanding because we believe this is our true self. We believe that this is my. We believe that this is my suffering. This is my wife. This is my happiness. My son. This is my suffering. As I told you, the true Dhamma in Buddhism is a pure remittance, is universal truth. The true Dhamma in Buddhism is universal truth. The word universal truth, it doesn't mean anything. Before talking about the true Dhamma in Buddhism, I have something to show you. Let's take a look. India has been birthplace of Buddhism for more than 2,500 years. The teaching of Buddhism is Pali language. It is not English. Therefore, the word dukkha in the teaching of Buddhism is Pali language. Don't translate the word dukkha in Pali into English because dukkha doesn't mean suffering in English. Contents in Buddhism not for learning, not for conversation or debate, but to explain some things which has no fictitious language. And it must borrow fictitious language to explain. These things we name dukkha in Pali. It doesn't mean suffering in English. Dukkha is everything in this world is only mental phenomenon, which is not impermanent because it's deteriorated all the time. The word dukkha in Pali language means everything in this world is the nature which is subject to the laws of nature, which is impermanent and not about a person or an animal or object. Please bear in mind. Let's take a look. Can you hear that? What? Oh, Just kidding. The definition of dukkha in Buddhism, the conclusion says simply to understand everything on this earth is dukkha. The conclusion says simply to understand everything on this earth is dukkha. The meaning of dukkha is the nature which is impermanent because it changes all the time and cannot be controlled, and this nature has no fictitious language. It's not about anything. Wow! The true Dhamma in Buddhism, we study only the subject of the mind. We did not study about the human existence, as I told you. The true Dhamma in Buddhism cannot teach each other because there is nothing to teach. And the most important is there is no language to say. Topic to speak in this video, I say, you must understand about the thought process and fictitious language to end suffering. Okay. From now on, I like to talk about the meaning. From now on, I like to talk about the language. The language we use in everyday life, whether spoken language or written language, both of these languages is just the fictional language. The language was created by humans on this earth for communication, understanding temporarily. We use the language from birth to death until we believe it's true. Where can I find the meaning of the language? It's just the belief. Where can I find? Where can I find the meaning of? Where can I find the meaning of a tiger? 1 + 1 is equal to 2. It's just the belief in the meaning of the language. Where can I find the meaning of this is a cat, a tiger? Where can I find? And where can I find the meaning of a goat, a guitar, a bottle of water, a cat? All that I said, it's just the belief in the meaning of the fictional language. The language we use in everyday life, it's just the fictional language. It doesn't mean really a language. Can you understand me? The language cannot describe anything because the meaning of the language, it doesn't really exist. What you see or hear now from birth to death, you see in the way you see and you hear in the way you hear. You were taught to believe what you hear now is the guitar sound, and what you hear now is cat voice. Meow, meow. This is cat voice, and I say, bah, bah. Oh, goat voice, and I say, oh, oh, oh. Dog voice, and I say, oh, oh, oh. This is a tiger voice, and I say, what I say, and I say, what you see now. You were taught to believe this is a shark. What you see now in reality, we call this is a nature, but you were taught to believe, what you see now, this is a shark. A shark say, shark, 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 shark. A shark say, shark, 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 a shark ใจ A shark say, ธรรมะ a shark ใจ Just kidding, let's get back to learn to Dhamma. Topic to speak in this video, I say you must understand about the thought process and fictitious language to end suffering. I want to say that there was suffering, depression, and anxiety, ruminating, repetitive thought, happiness. It's just the belief in the meaning of the fictional language. If you can't understand in this talk, as I told you. The language, the meaning of the language, it doesn't really exist. Where can I find the meaning of the language? I have something to show you. May I? As soon as you see this word which wrote that fuck you can understand the meaning of fuck you. Where can I find the meaning of fuck you? The meaning of fuck you make you angry. Can you stand me? The meaning of fuck you, it doesn't really exist. I have to apologize to say that. And the meaning of I love you, it doesn't really exist. The meaning of I hate you, it doesn't really exist. It's just the belief in the meaning of the language. Where can I find? It's in your thought, it's in my thought. It's just a thought, it's just a thought process. Topic to speak in this video, I say, I say you must understand about the thought process and fictitious language to end suffering. Now, I say, I talk about fictitious language to end suffering. Can you understand me? The story in this talk is suitable for the people who have the most wisdom. Those who can understand in this talk must become an individual person. That how many people are there? The fools cannot understand in this talk because they lack wisdom and don't want to understand it. I believe that. I hope that. I believe that you are a smart person who can overcome anger, overcome suffering, overcome depression and anxiety in this life. Can you understand me? You can rely on me because I am Arahant. I try to help you to overcome anger, overcome suffering, overcome depression and anxiety. I teach you for free, no charge. I teach you. ไม่รู้สิ I teach you for free, no charge, because I'm Arahant. I try to help you to overcome suffering, overcome depression and anxiety. And the next one I like to talk about the thought process. As I told you, until you can realize your thought, that means you have mindfulness and wisdom to end all suffering. The following example can help you to understand about the thought process. Everything are caused by the thought process. The thought process are the heart of quenching of all suffering, not more to something than this. For example, when you are alone at your house in this body gesture, and then if you want to move this guitar from here to there, that means the thought process are on duty to think all the time. You intend to move this guitar from here to there. Before you do that, before you really do, there will be an image like this in your thought. Can you realize your thought? Before you really do, there will be an image like this in your thought. Before you really do, there will be an image like this in your thought. This is true Dhamma in Buddhism. And then, when you really do, you do it naturally without using the language. Say to yourself, I move this guitar from here to there. No, not at all. You never use the language. Say to yourself, I want to move this guitar from here to there. But you do it naturally. But you cannot realize your thought. You have already thought of it. Can you understand me? This is true Dhamma in Buddhism. I forbid you to practice about non-attachment and letting go. Meditation and mindfulness training cannot solve that problem. Can you understand me? Because our full self, it doesn't really exist. The true Dhamma in Buddhism, we study only the subject of the mind. We did not study about the human existence. Topic to speak in this video, I say, you must understand about the thought process and fictitious language to end suffering. La 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 รูปมันแสนหล่อjust kidding ล้อเล่นนะ topic to speak in this video. I say you must understand about the thought process. As I told you, if you want to move this guitar from here to there, at first you intend to move. Can you write your thought? And as soon as you see this verse, which wrote that, the meaning of a cat will lead to what you see now. The thought process are on duty to think all around. As soon as you see this verse, which wrote that, there will be an image in your thought. This is true Dhamma in Buddhism. If you can do that, that means you can understand the true Dhamma in Buddhism. That means you have mindfulness and wisdom to the false suffering. Nothing more to study than this. Nothing more to study than this. Please bear in mind,